Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Financial Milestones, Navigating Life's Journey with RRSP, TFSA, and FHSA. My name is Olga. I'm the Communications Coordinator here at BCU Financial, and I'm really excited to be a moderator for this evening's discussion. It's a pleasure to see all of you today, and we sincerely appreciate your attendance and participation. This webinar is part of our Financial Foundation series. For those of you who are new to it, let me briefly introduce it. We started this series early last year, and in the framework of this webinar series, we've already done many webinars on a variety of financial topics and covering financial literacy, such as the overview of Ontario real estate market, which featured Tim Hudak from OREA, Ontario Real Estate Association, also investing tools for financial success with our own BCU wealth management team, and many others. This particular webinar aims to explore such key tools for financial success as the registered plans. And today we are going to focus on the three most popular, we would say, plans such as RRSP, TFSA, and FHSA. And these are the three important tools that can help you build your financial future and your financial well-being. Our webinar today is for 1 hour. Our speaker for tonight is Sviatoslav Polyakov, who is the Senior Financial Services Officer at BCU. Sviatoslav has 25 years of experience working with financial and insurance products in Canada, both at major banks and at BCU Financial, where he has been working for the last 15 years. Sviatoslav has hands-on experience with consulting on various types of deposits, as well as registered plans, and also extensive knowledge on personal and commercial lending. After his presentation, Sviatoslav will be answering all of the questions that you might have had during the session. So we are going to have a question and answer session at the end. We recommend that you actively participate and prepare your questions. And by the way, you can immediately write your questions as they come in the chat of this webinar. We will go through them at the end of the event. I will be your moderator as a reminder. I'll consolidate the questions and voice them out in the chat so that Sviatoslav can answer them. Also, if you would like to raise a hand and ask the question directly, you definitely can do so, and I will pass the floor to you. Without delay, I will give the floor to our speaker for this evening, Sviatoslav. Slava, over to you. Passing the mic to you, and please do the honors.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Very nice to see you. And let's jump in and don't waste our time. So, Olya, if you can move our next slide. I don't see if it moved. It seems.
Okay, just a second.
Stuck. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Let me share it again.
Okay, so this is our agenda, and we'll try to discuss what are the differences between registered and non-registered plans. We will focus on each plan individually. We will go through some live examples, how it can be used in your particular situation. And again, I'll try to answer all your questions. Olga, if we can have another slide. So first is the differences between registered and non-registered plans. Understanding the difference between registered and non-registered plans is important for effective financial planning. Registered plans are investment accounts that are registered with the government and offer tax benefits. Examples include registered retirement savings plan, RRSP, tax-free savings account, TFSA, first home savings account, FHSA, registered retirement income fund, also known as RIF, and registered educational savings plans, or RESPs. Non-registered investments, on the other hand, are not registered with the government and therefore don't offer the same tax benefits as the registered plans. Income earned in those accounts are taxed as a regular income each year. While they don't provide the tax deferred or tax shelter benefits, non-registered investments offer more flexibility and they don't have the same contribution limits or age restrictions. This makes them an ideal choice for those who have reached their contribution limits in registered plans or seek more investment freedom. Example of non-registered plans would be term deposit or GIC or guaranteed investment certificates. Our next slide.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so RSP overview. What is the purpose, benefits, investment options, and eligibility criteria? A registered retirement savings plan, RSP, is a pivotal financial tool in Canada designed to encourage individuals to save for retirement. Here's an overview of how the RSP work and their key features. First of all, tax advantage. Contributions to RSPs are tax deductible, which can reduce your taxable income for the year in which the contributions are made. Any income earned within the RSP is exempt from the tax as long as it remains in the plan. However, money in the RSP will be taxed upon withdrawal, ideally at the lower tax bracket in the retirement, sometimes in the future. Contribution limits. The amount you can contribute to RSP is based on your income for the previous year and up to a maximum limit set annually by Canada Revenue Agency. For 2023, the limit is lesser of 18% of your previous year income or $31,560. Withdrawal funds can be withdrawn from RSP at any time, but they generally included in your income and subject to tax in the year of withdrawal. Certain programs like Home Buyers Plan and Lifelong Learning Plan allow for tax-free withdrawals under specific conditions. Withholding tax. For RSP's withdrawal, the initial withholding tax rates are following: 10% on the amounts up to $5,000, 20% on the amounts between 5,000 and 15,000, and 30% on the amounts exceeding 15,000. It's also crucial to understand that these rates provide an early estimate of your tax obligation. Your final tax liability will be determined by the total annual income and your marginal tax rate. Investment options. RSPs offer a variety of investment choices, including cash, savings account, GICs, mutual funds, government and corporate bonds, security, listed on designated stock exchange. The and EFTs. The investment within your RSP grow tax-free until withdrawal. This means you don't pay any tax on the investment income, interest, dividend, and capital gains as it accumulates, which can significantly enhance the growth of your savings. Age considerations. There is no minimum age to open RSP, but some financial institutions may require customers to be the age of majority. Contributions can be made up to December 31st of the year you turn 71. Conversion to RIF. By the end of year you turn 71, you must convert your RSP to registered retirement income fund or purchase an annuity. This transition marks the shift from accumulating retirement savings to withdrawing them. Early savings benefits. Starting your RSP contributions early can be significant. It gives a significant advantage and in using the power of compound interest. The earlier you start, the more time your investment have to grow. Exceeding contribution limits. Contributing over your limit can result in a tax penalty of 1% per month on the excess amount of over 2,000. And the RSP deadline. The deadline for contributing to RSP for a given tax year is the first 60 days of the following year. Also, spousal RSP contributions. If you're earning more than your spouse, you can contribute to a spousal RSP. This helps in income splitting and potentially reduces overall tax burden since the lower income spouse will be taxed at the lower rate upon withdrawal. Home Buyer's Plan, or HBP. The HBP allows you to withdraw up to 35,000 from your RSPs, up and also 70,000 for couples, to buy or build your first home without any immediate tax penalty. This amount has to be repaid over a certain period. You have 15 years to repay the amount you withdrew from your RSP under the HBP plan. Also, the Lifelong Learning Plan, or LLP. Similar to the HBP, LLP lets you withdraw funds from your RSPs for educational purposes. You can withdraw up to 10,000 a year or up to 20,000 total for you and your spouse education without any tax penalties, provided it's repaid within a specific time frame. You have 10 years to repay the amount you withdrew from your RSP under LLP. In the conclusion, the RSPs is a powerful saving tool for retirement, offering tax benefits, a range of investment options. It's essential to understand the rules and the benefits to optimize your savings and the retirement income. So next slide, please. All right. Oh, this is no, we're gonna go the slide up. This will be our next one. I'm sorry. Yes. So again, the quick overview, the benefits of saving early, start your RSPs as soon as possible, and take advantage of power of the compound interest. Make sure that you're not over contributing because you will be penalized. Deadline for RSP contribution is the 60 days of the following year, which in this year ends of February 29th. Spousal RSPs, you can contribute to your spouse RSP, and that helps spread the income and potentially reduce the overall tax burden, as a spouse with a lower income will be taxed at the lower rate upon withdrawal. Home buyers plan, you can use 35,000 each or 70 for the couple to buy and build a first home, but it must be repaid within the 15 years. Or lifelong learning plan, you can borrow 10,000 per year or up to 20,000, but you have to repay it within the 10-year period. All right, so let's see the next slide. That is going to be our scenario, practical example. Okay, as we already know, contributions to RSP are tax deductible, which can reduce your taxable income for the year in which you contributed to the plan. Let's have a look how it works on the practice. Take, for example, a scenario where your 2023 salary is 50,000. With the ability to contribute up to 18% of this income to your RSPs, you're eligible to contribute maximum 9,000. Keep it in mind, it should not exceed 31,560. If you choose to contribute this full amount to your RSP, your taxable income gets adjusted down to 41,000. This contribution leads to a tax deduction of 9,000. In practical terms, this deduction could result in tax refund of about $2,700, which you could receive back from the government dependent on your tax rate and other factors. Our next slide. Let's no, I think we have to go back one more.
That's all.
Okay, then the next slide down, please.
Yeah.
Slide number 7. Okay, the loans. You can take out the RSP loan if you don't have enough money to contribute to your RSPs. Tax deduction and potential refunds. By contributing to your RSP through a loan, you can reduce your taxable income and potentially receive a tax refund, which then could be used to pay down the loan. There's few key consideration. Interest costs. It's important to weigh the immediate tax benefits against the interest costs of the loan. Also, consider a market risk and investment strategy. Investing borrowed money involves market risk. Ideally, the returns on your RSP investments should outpace the cost of the loan. Cash flow and budget impact. Assets, I'm sorry, you have to assess yourself whether the loan repayments are manageable, they are within your budget, and you have to ensure that it doesn't lead to additional financial strain. Alternatives and evaluation. So depending on your tax bracket and existing debts, options like contributing to TFSA or reducing high interest debt might be more advantageous than RSP loan. Now our next slide, 8. Oh, I'm sorry. My light went off. Let me stand. It's motion censored. All right. A practical example. So let's explore the scenario where Mikola, a Canadian taxpayer, opts to take an RSP loan to maximize his contribution, considering his specific financial context. So situation, Mikola's annual income for 2023 is 50,000. Maximum allowable RSP contribution for the year is 18% of the income, means 9,000. Available cash, he has his own money, 4,000. RSP loan amount needed to reach the maximum contribution is 5,000. Interest rate on the RSP loan is 765 per year annually, and expected return on RSP investment is 5.5 annually. Tax rate is 30%. So this is how we calculate it. So Mikola contributes full 9,000 to his RSP using his own 4,000 and a 5,000 from the loan. This reduces his taxable income from 50,000 to 41,000. Tax refund calculations. So the tax reduction from RSP contribution is 30% of 9,000, so it's $2,700. Mikola receives the tax refund of $2,700. Loan repayments. So Mikola uses the tax refund to repay significant part of the RSP loan, so more than a half. Remaining loan balance using the tax refund is 5,000 minus 5,000 minus 2,700, it's 2,300. Interest on the loan. Interest cost for the year on the remaining loan balance at 765 is going to be approximately $176. Investment grows with 5.5 return rate on his RSP investment. The first year of growth on the total 9,000 contribution will be around $495. In this modified scenario, Mikola maximized his RSP contribution and receives a sizable tax refund, which helps in paying off a larger part of the loan. There are several frequently asked questions about the RSPs. So what type of investment can be held in the RSP? That's the next slide. Thank you very much. RSPs offer a diverse range of investment options. You can include stocks, bonds, GICs, mutual funds, EFTs. The flexibility to choose and manage those investments allows you to align your RSPs with your personal financial goals and risk tolerance. How much I can contribute to my RSP annually? Your annual RRSP contribution limit is 18% of your previous year earned income, or 31,560 for the year of 2023, whichever is lower. Um, the frequently asked question number 3 is, what are the tax main advantages of RRSP? There are several tax benefits to contributing to RRSP. Tax deferred growth. Investment in your investment income earned within the RRSP is not taxed until withdrawal, allowing you to save, allow your savings to grow tax-free over time. Tax deductions. Contributions can reduce your total taxable income, potentially lowering your tax bill. Income splitting. Contributing to spousal RSP can help reduce combined tax liability for couples with different income levels. Next question, when can I withdraw from my RSP and what are the implications? So you can withdraw from your RSP at any time, but funds withdrawn will be included in your taxable income for the year, and taxes will be withheld. It's often advantageous to delay withdrawals until retirement, when you might be in a lower tax bracket. Note that RSP must be converted into registered retirement income fund on or annuity by December 31st of the year you turn 71. Next question. Next slide. Maximizing the benefits of RSP. So first of all, as already mentioned, early start and a goal planning. One of the most effective RSP strategies is to start early. Initiating your RSP's contribution at the early stage allows time for compound growth. It's essential to establish clear retirement goals and collaborate with your financial advisor to chart retirement strategy aligned with your desired lifestyle. Strategic use of tax refunds. The immediate tax deduction of RSP contribution often results in tax refund. A prudent approach is to reinvest this refund back into your RSP. This tactic has the potential to substantially enhance your long-term savings. Understanding contribution and deduction strategies. RSP contributions and RSP contributions are tax deductible and can reduce your annual taxable income. However, you're not obliged to claim those deductions in the same tax year. If you anticipate moving into a higher tax bracket in the future, delaying your deduction could lead to more significant tax savings. Leveraging unused contribution room. If you haven't maximized your RSP contribution in a prior year, remember that your unused contribution room can be carried forward indefinitely. This feature offers flexibility, allowing you to boost your contribution in the years when it's financially viable. Crafting the RSP withdrawal strategies. As retirement approaches, particularly at the age 71, planning for RSP withdrawals becomes crucial. By the age 71, you must convert your RSPs into registered retirement income funds or annuity, or take as a lump sum payout. Working with your financial advisor to develop a withdrawal strategy can help to maximize tax implications and ensure a steady retirement income stream. All right, our next slide. Okay, overview. The purpose, benefits, investment options, and eligibility criteria. So now we're going to be talking about our TFSAs, tax-free savings accounts. That's the next type of registered account. The tax-free savings accounts, TFSAs, are dynamic and efficient financial tool in Canada, serving both savings for investment purposes. Let's explore the essence of TFSAs and their significance in your financial planning. What is TFSA? Introduced in Canada by the government in 2009, a tax-free saving account is more than just savings accounts. It's a registered plan designed for Canadian adults to save and invest money tax-free throughout their lifetime. Unlike traditional savings, TFSAs provide a flexibility to withdraw funds at any time without incurring penalties, while contributions are not tax deductible, like in RRSPs, but they enjoy the tax-free growth. Eligibility. So to open TFSA, you must be a Canadian resident, have reached the age of majority, in our case it's 18, and possess a valid social insurance number. Contribution limits. Your TFSA contribution room is an important aspect to understand. It accumulates each year and includes limits from the previous years. For example, in 2023, the annual limit was $6,500. For 2024, the limit is $7,000. If you don't contribute the maximum amount in a given year, the unused room carries forward indefinitely, allowing you to catch up sometimes in the future. Tax-free gross and withdrawals. One of the key features and benefits of TFSA is that any income earned, whatever it's interest, dividends, or capital gains, it's tax-free. Moreover, when you withdraw money from TFSA, it's not subject to any taxes. This feature makes TFSA an excellent vehicle for both short-term and long-term savings. Investment options in TFSAs. TFSAs are versatile in terms of investment options. They can hold various types of investments, such as cash, stocks, bond, mutual funds, guaranteed investment certificates. This flexibility allows you to tailor your TFSA according to your investment goals and the risk appetite. Tips for managing your TFSAs. Start small and regular. You don't need to max out your contribution limit all at once. Even small, regular contributions can significantly grow your TFSA over time due to compound interest. Keep track of your contributions and withdrawals. It's important to monitor your contributions and withdrawals to avoid over contributing, which can lead to penalties. You can utilize it for various goals. TFSAs can be used for a variety of savings goals, from emergency funds to retirement savings, offering both flexibility and tax advantages. Our next slide. Okay, practical example. I love this one. So Lesa starts contributing to her TFSA at the age of 20. She makes monthly contributions of $200 monthly. The annual compounding rate is around 7%. Now let's perform the calculations. Lesa would accumulate $500,028, so over $500,000 in TFSA account by the age of 60 if she consistently contributes just $200 on a monthly basis and earns a compound interest rate of 7%. This demonstrates the power of regular contribution and compounding interest over time in building your savings future. Without any compounding or investment returns, Lesa would accumulate only 96,000 by the age of 60 if she starts making monthly contributions of $200 at the age of 20. So this is the difference, 96,000 and over $500,000. The amount in the TFSA account is tax-free. Lesa can use the entire amount without any restrictions. So we can conclude that compound interest is the foundation of wealth accumulation in the TFSA, which shows a significant growth over time. Example number 2. In case Lesa wants to take $500,000 from her account for whatever reason, she can later recontribute the amount of $500,000 back in order to continue tax-free growth of her money. Benefits. The flexibility of TFSA allows for tax-free withdrawals and basically the withdrawals that supporting both of your immediate needs and the long-term growth. The key idea behind this example is that withdrawals can be redeposited in your TFSA, maintaining the growth potential of the account. Our next slide, number 13. TFSA's frequently asked questions. So what is the contribution limit for TFSA? The annual TFSA contribution limit changes every year. For example, in 24, the limit is 7,000. However, if you have unused contribution from the previous years, it carries forward indefinitely, allowing you to continue more, allowing you to contribute more than annual maximum in the subsequent years. Question number 2, what can I invest in? What can I invest in within a TFSA? Your TFSA can hold a variety of investments, such as cash, mutual funds, securities, guaranteed investment certificates, bonds, and certain share of business corporations. Question number 2, can I withdraw money from my TFSA? If so, what are the penalties? Yes, you can withdraw funds from TFSA at any time and for any purpose without any tax implications. There are no penalties for the withdrawals. Furthermore, amounts withdrawn from TFSA can be recontributed in the future years without losing any contribution room. Question number 6, how does TFSA differ from RSP? The main difference between TFSA and RSP lies in the tax treatment. RSP contributions are tax deductible and reduce your taxable income, but withdrawals are taxed at your marginal rate. In contrast, TFSA contributions are not tax deductible, but withdrawal are entirely tax-free. Question number 7, can I have more than one RSP? Yes, you can have multiple, TFSA. Yes, you can have multiple TFSAs. However, the total amount you contribute to all of your TFSAs combined cannot exceed your available contribution room. So you can have TFSAs with Buduchnis, you can have some TFSAs at some different financial institutions. You have to make sure that you don't over contribute. Next slide, 14, please. Maximizing the benefits of TFSA. Key recommendations. Avoid over-contributing. Exceeding your contribution limit can result in penalties from Canada Revenue Agency, amounting to 1% per month on excess amount. Always keep track of your contributions and withdrawals. Family financial planning. If you reached your TFSA limit, but your spouse or common law partner hasn't, you can give them money to contribute to their TFSAs. This approach can help to maximize your family combined tax-free savings. Let your money grow. Long-term investment and the power of compounding can result to a significant growth in your capital and earlier financial independence. Our next slide. This is our third one. This is a new plan. It's called the First Home Savings Account. And here's the overview. The First Home Savings Account, FHSA, is a registered plan designed specifically for individuals planning to buy or build their first home. It allows first-time home buyers to save tax-free up to certain limits. The plan offers the dual benefits of tax-deductible contributions like RSPs and the tax-free withdrawals for a qualifying home purchase like TFSA. So the key attributes to FHSA. Contribution limit. The annual contribution limit for FHSA is $8,000 with a lifetime limit of $40,000. It's essential to avoid over-contribution to avoid penalties. Tax benefits. Contributions to FHSA reduce your taxable income similar to RSP contributions. Furthermore, the growth of investment in the FHSA and withdrawals for the qualifying home purchases are tax-free. Eligibility. To be eligible for FHSA, you need to be a resident of Canada, at least 18 years of age, and you have to be a first-time homebuyer. You're considered first-time homebuyer if you haven't owned a home in which you lived during the year of opening the account or in the 4 preceding calendar years. Withdrawals. Withdrawals from the FHSA for the qualifying home purchase are tax-free. However, a non-qualifying withdrawals are subject to tax. If you don't use your FHSA for home purchase, you can transfer the funds to an RSP without affecting your RSP contribution room. Investment options. The FHSA can hold a variety of investments, again, such as mutual funds, stocks, bonds, ETFs, GICs, absolutely the same plethora that we usually offer to our members. Our next slide, 16. All right, so what are the benefits? Tax deductions and tax-free growth. Similar to RSPs, contributions to the FHSA reduce your taxable income. Moreover, like TFSAs, the investment growth within FHSA is tax-free, and uh, withdrawals for the qualifying home purchase is also tax-free. Flexibility in usage. If you decide to buy a home, um, I'm sorry, if you not decide to buy a home, you can transfer the funds to an RSP tax-free without impacting your RSP contribution room. Investment options. The FHSA allows you diverse investment choices, including, again, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, GICs, fostering the potential for significant growth in your savings. So effective. I apologize. My lights went off again. Let me move my hands. Here we go. All right. So the effective use of FHSA. Maximize your contribution. Aim to contribute the maximum allowable amount annually to fully leverage the tax benefits of your savings protection potential. Combined with other savings account, you can use FHSA funds in conjunction with a home buyer's plan HBB under your RSP, allowing you for the larger down payments. Couples also can pool their FHSAs towards the same home purchase. Invest wisely. No, that's not our next slide. Choose investment options within your FHSA and that align with your risk tolerance and the time frame for purchasing a home. Monitor your contribution room. Be mindful of your annual and lifetime contribution limits to avoid penalties. So in conclusion, the FHSA is the exceptional tool for Canadians aspiring to become homeowners. By providing tax advantages and investment growth opportunity, it makes the dream of owning a home more attainable. As you plan your journey towards home ownership, consider the incorporating of FHSA into your financial strategy and consult with your financial advisor. Our next slide is going to be frequently asked questions. Excellent. Who is eligible? Eligibility for FHSA requires you to be a resident of Canada, at least 18 years old, and a first time home buyer. You are considered first-time home buyer if you haven't owned a home while you lived in during the year of opening the account or in the preceding 4 calendar years. Question number 2, what happens to FHSA funds if not used for the first-time home purchase? If the funds in your FHSA are not used for qualifying first-time home purchase by the end of the 15th year after the account was opened, or by the end of the year you turn 71, you must close the account. The remaining balance can be transferred to RSP, RIF, or withdrawn on a taxable basis. I'm sorry. Question number 3, can I contribute to my spouse or child first home savings account? You cannot directly contribute to spouse or child FHSA and claim the tax deductions. However, you can gift those funds to them, and then they can contribute to their own first home savings account and claim the tax deductions. Question number 4, how long can the FHSA stay open? The maximum participation period for FHSA ends at the earliest of the following events: 15 years since the account was opened, the end of the year the account holder turns 71, the end of the year after qualifying withdrawal was made, or the end of the year after the account holder death. Question number 5, what types of priorities qualify? Properties. A qualifying home is a housing unit located in Canada. This includes existing homes and those being constructed, such as single-family homes, semi-detached homes, townhouses, mobile homes, condominium, apartments in various types of building, or share in co-op housing. Question number 6, what happens to FHSA in case of death or marital breakdown? Upon the account holder's death, a spouse can become the successor holder of the account, maintaining the FHSA tax exempt status. In the case of a marital breakdown, the amount can be transferred from one spouse's FHSA to another FHSA, RSP, RIF, without affecting any contribution limits. So question number 7, what are the tax implications of a non-qualifying withdrawals? Non-qualifying withdrawals from the FHSA must be included in the income for the year of withdrawal and are subject to withholding tax. These withdrawals don't replenish the FHSA contribution limit. And our next slide, we're going to do a little comparison. So the RSPs, TFSAs, and FHSA. The purpose for the RSP, it's primarily for the retirement savings. TFSAs for any saving goals, including retirement. FHSA savings for the first time purchase, for the first home purchase. Contribution room for the RSPs is 18% of your previous year earned income up to a maximum limit minus pension adjustments. TFSA the limits are set every year by the government, 7,000 for year 2024. For FHSA, 8,000 per year with a lifetime limit of 40,000. Tax treatments of contribution. In the RSPs, contributions are tax deductible. In TFSAs, contributions are not tax deductible, and in first home savings account, contributions are tax deductible. Tax treatment of withdrawals. In RSPs, taxable as income at the time of withdrawal. In TFSAs, withdrawals are tax-free, and in FHSA, withdrawals for the qualifying home purchase are tax-free. Eligibility for RSPs must have the person must have earned income and file a tax return. Contributions are allowed to age of 71. For TFSA, any Canadian residents with valid SIN starting from age 18. And for first home savings account, Canadian residents age 18 and older, and first-time home buyers. Investment growth in RSPs, it's tax-deferred growth. In TFSA, it's tax-free growth, and the first home savings account is also tax-free growth. Impact on the government benefits in your RSPs may affect your eligibility for income-tested benefits and credits in the retirement, like OAS. In the tax-free savings account, does not affect eligibility for income tested benefits and credits. For first home savings account, no impact on benefits since withdrawal are not taxable for the home purchase. Contribution room restoration. For the RSPs not restored after withdrawal, in TFSAs restored in the following year after the withdrawal. In the first home savings account, withdrawals do not restore contribution room. Over contribution penalty, 1% in RSPs per month on the excess amounts, the same for TFSA, and the same is for the first home savings account. Spousal plans, we have spousal in RSPs, it's available, but in TFSA, no spousal accounts, but funds can be gifted to your spouse, to their TFSAs, and for first home savings account, it's not applicable. Home buyers plan, HBP, can borrow from RSPs to buy for your first home under HBP. No similar program for the first-time home buyers in tax-free savings account, and for first home savings account, it's not applicable since first home savings accounts is designed for that purpose. Lifelong learning plan, LLP, you can borrow from your RSP for your educational purposes under LLP. No similar program for education purposes in TFSA. And for first home savings account, it's not applicable. So I think we're done for now with the presentation, and let's do a Q&A.
All right. Wow, that was a lot of information. Thank you so much, Slava, for sharing all your knowledge and insights with us on all these three key plans. It was very valuable indeed. I would now like to open the floor for the Q&A session, as Slava already mentioned, for your questions, and so that we have an opportunity to answer. I remind you that to ask a question, you can raise your hand and ask directly. I'll unmute your chat, and you can ask the question directly to Slava, or you can also write your question in the chat here, and then Slava is going to be able to answer. Yeah, so the floor is open for questions and answers. I do not see any questions in the chat, but maybe any of you have already something in mind. Okay, we have a question from Ludmila. Okay, Ludmila, just a second, let me unmute you. Yeah, okay, you can unmute yourself and go ahead and ask the question. Ludmila, you need to unmute yourself if you want to ask here live.
Are you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Can we convert RRSP to RRIF earlier than 71 years? At what age can we convert RRSP to RIF?
This is a great question. Yes, you can convert earlier. But yes, there is a certain criteria for that. It depends on what tax implications it's going to be for you particularly. So I would consult with your accountant before you can convert your RSPs into RIFs, and whether it's going to be beneficial for you in your current tax situation.
Okay, but is it some age limit? Can I convert at 55, for example?
I have to double check exactly what is the starting age. at the age of 71 you must. So it's like
Yeah,
you don't have a
it's
choice, right? But in case if you have an early retirement, I don't see the problem, but I would suggest to consult with your accountant in order for them to understand your current tax situation. How much taxes are you paying? Is it going to be beneficial for you to
okay.
convert it earlier?
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay, thank you, Ludmila, for the question. Great question. While we are waiting for the other incoming questions, I will just take a short minute to remind everybody who is on the webinar here that you are most welcome with any very individual questions. Very specific things may be applicable to your situation. You are most welcome to visit one of our branches. You can see now, or should be able to see now on the screen, our 6 branches in Bloor West, North Toronto, Hamilton, Mississauga, Oakville, and Ottawa. As I said, you are most welcome, and our financial services offices are going to attend to your specific cases. You can also give us a call on our support line, BCU link, and also our colleagues there might be able to help you with certain things, either in terms of financial advice or in terms of some setup or technical things that you might be facing. Okay, so any more questions so far? I do not see anything incoming for now. And I am pretty sure, because this was really a lot of information and needs digesting. Thank you once again, Slava. This was great. This was really comprehensive and informative. Okay, so I think we can close it at this. If, as I said, if anything comes up after the webinar, we are going to share the recording with everyone who registered for the webinar. So you can also, in your free time, go and revisit and maybe, replay in a comfortable situation any parts of the webinar. Any additional questions might come up. As I said, you are most welcome to visit our branches or give us a call or drop an email. And we're going to be happy to look into your specific individual cases. For now, we're going to close this webinar. Summarizing it, I would like to also emphasize that BCU Financial is committed to improving the financial well-being of our members and our community. We do offer a wide range of services along the lines of banking and investment. And for any of your financial needs, we invite you to contact our branches and speak with our financial service offices. Thank you again to Slava for the great presentation, and thank you for being here today. We hope you found the webinar informative and useful and did find some answers that you were looking for. And we're looking forward to seeing you in our next webinars at our Financial Foundations webinar series. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you for attending. Have a good one.